Hello everybody. Today I want to just give a brief little introduction description as to what's one of the major modalities that chiropractors can do other than just crackbacks, because there's a lot more we can do to help out with the biomechanics and, more importantly, the pain that most of us feel every day just from doing our standard activities of daily living. Hello everybody, I'm Dr. Michael Brandon, chiropractor here at Functionised in Colts Neck, New Jersey. And as a quick little prelude told you guys, there's a lot more we can do than just adjustments here. It is a major part. Adjustments are phenomenal. They're great at giving us that little neurological impulse, help muscles relax, realign just the biomechanics of any aspect of our spine and our appendicular skeleton, our arms, our legs, wrists, knees. But there's a large piece that a lot of people aren't aware of, which is soft tissue therapies. Specifically things like pin and stretch, active release technique, and instrument-assisted soft tissue mobilization, or more easier to go by one of the common brands of Graston Technique. So as great as adjustments are, there's certain things it does not do as well as other soft tissue or muscle-focused therapies, which comes down a lot of overuse, chronic injuries, or surgery. These kind of injuries or conditions, they start laying down a bunch of layers of scar tissue. Think of it kind of like your body's internal glue. And the problem is that this glue can get dry, lumpy, and even uneven, to where over time it's going to create these little adhesions, which again are just sticky little tangled fibers of muscle and other types of tissue like fascia that can greatly limit our movement. It can trap nerves. It can cause chronic tightness or pain. Think of it kind of as like the cobweb that's inside your muscles, and every time you move, that web just begins to tug slightly on it. And this can be where you feel like there's a tight shoulder in the front, where the issue might be knots in the back. Right? This is far from just an athletic issue. Repetitive motions happen all the time for us, whether at work. We do this as a repetitive motion, and we can get scar tissue coming up the forearm, or even posture. Even if it is correct and proper, it is still a prolonged, repetitious cycle of an activity. And again, we can get scar tissue that builds up from that as well. So what can we do about it? There are a couple of very common techniques that work incredibly well for this. One big one is instrument-assisted soft tissue mobilization, where we use a little bit of a tool. It's very similar to gua sha, if you're familiar with that, where we take it and we can scrape away the scar tissue adhesions. And you can even hear it. It sounds like Velcro kind of tearing at some points. And you end up getting the scar tissue going down, the muscle and nerves release, and we can start moving more freely with less pain. This can be done on essentially every muscle in the body, and most of us could very much use it for whatever it is that we use repetitiously throughout our day. A few other styles are things like active release technique, where an easy example is you put a muscle such as the bicep in a contracted state, we pin down, and then we actively move the elbow through the biceps range of motion, and it can help break down the scar tissue that way. There are several other different methods that we can use. Those are two of the more common ones that I like to use here at Functionised. But with all the tools in the chiropractic toolbox, we only usually show very few. There's a lot more we can do. So if you have any issues, pains, lack of motion, or lack of sensation or feeling somewhere, and you're in the Colts Neck general area in New Jersey, feel free to give us a call. We'll go ahead, we'll do a little consult, see how it is we can help you out, and we'll move on from there. If you guys have any questions, please, as always, put down below or contact us directly, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.